I guess I was about 20 when I started playing around with the marijuana. I'm 66 years old, born in February 19th, 1956. I started playing around with marijuana, and back then, I never smoked marijuana, but back then we were playing with it and, making some money with it, to be honest. And then we started to see it about 7, 8 years into it, it helped people in different ways. But the problem with the marijuana back then, it wasn't strong like it is today. Today, it's strong. They've learned how to make the marijuana good. Like marijuana plants grow 1.5 pounds on them. My plants you're lucky to get 2 ounces off them because it's real medicine. So, yeah, we started playing with the marijuana. We got into it. I come from a family of 7 kids. We never had a lot of money. My mom and dad both worked, and, we lived in the East End down by DeFasco where they made steel. And as you get older, you want nicer things and you start to work better. Unfortunately, I had a bad run in my life. I've spent 20 years day for day in prison. It's been all over marijuana. It hasn't been over anything else. I haven't been killing people or nothing. It's just been marijuana. And the last time I got in trouble was the United States got involved, which they should never have got involved because all the marijuana was sold in Canada. And the impact of the crime really was in Canada. But they wanted me to go over and talk. I wouldn't talk. They threatened me with 100 years. And I ended up doing a long, long stretch over there. And I got out and I started working again. I started making some good money. I went to work for my friends, Jerry Montour and Kenny Hill, over in Mexico selling cigarettes. So I built that business over there. And that was my way to get back into this. I had some money. I wanted to start doing it. And what really got me going again was when my brother got cancer and he ended up passing away, but they didn't tell me until 4 days before he died. And it was terrible to watch your brother. He was here at Christmas. By February 16th, he was dead. And I never seen him from the Christmas. And, I should have picked up something because my mother told me. He sat beside me all day and just said, "I love you, Mom, I love you." And it was, it's heartbreaking, eh? When my mom said, I should have picked up on that, But he was like sick then, but he got real sick. And I found out 4 days before he died. I went to his house and he said, "Lee, I'm too far gone. You can't help me." I said, "Well, I'm going to try." So I went out and I got him some medicine made, me and my older brother. We made the medicine up. And I went Friday. I said, "Your medicine will be made in the morning." And he told me, "I won't be here." I said, "What do you mean you won't be here?" He said, I've had enough. I'm leaving." I said, "Okay, no problem." And the next morning, 20 to 9, his wife called me and said, "Lee, something's wrong." I said, "Nothing's wrong. He's on his journey." And that was the end of it. And I looked at my brother and I said, "Hey, that's it. I know I can do something to help." I never realized what I could really do until I got into it and started meeting some doctors and some scientists, people that really believed in it. And then they took my medicine, they tested it, and the one doctor or scientist that I'm with now said, "I will give up my career if you shake my hand and be my partner." And that's what happened. And we're partners now. He turned my oil into water-based oil, and the game changed. It always worked good when it was solid oil, but it worked a lot better when it become water-based. Because when it's solid oil, you only get 10 to 12% of it. When it's water-based, you're getting 85 to 90% of it. So now it's working. Now when it hits your body, it's going right through. That's one reason it's so good for the brain. They fight with brain cancer. They can't really save anybody with brain cancer. And it works. It's the only drug one of the only drugs in the world that will penetrate both blood barriers and clean it. You know, if a lot of people go on my Instagram, they can see the people for brain cancer that I've helped, and lots of them. It's like leukemia. When people understand that the marijuana plant is our body, then they realize why it works. You know, if you get leukemia in Canada, United States, Mexico, I'll say North America, or anywhere else in the world, they don't really have a cure. I'm 12 for 12. So to look me in the eyes and tell me, I don't believe you, well, we can go through the 12 people that you sent home to die. Doctors can't say much when you do that. And then they call it, well, it's not real trials. Yeah, it's not real trials. You guys want trials that last 30 years. Doesn't work that way. But you'll give somebody poison every day with chemo and radiation. And I don't know too many people it really helps. And I don't mean help somebody for 6 months. I mean help somebody so they're living for the next 30 years. That's a real cure. And I don't know why they're not open to say, hey, and I know the government's doing all these tests behind the scenes, but they're not coming out with nothing. I come out with it. I can stand up and say, I have 85 to 90% cancer cure. And the people will be cured.